Hello, second graders. Today we're going to work on deep dive number 16 in module 2. You will need your Wit and Wisdom notebook and a pencil. Today we are going to focus on some vocabulary. Sometimes we don't know what specific words mean while we're reading. Here are a few strategies that we know for figuring out unknown words. The first one says, look for words and phrases outside the word that give clues. You might know this as context clues. Number 2, look inside the word for word parts we know. Look at prefixes, suffixes, and the root or base word. Number 3, look at the pictures for extra information. Number 4, think about what part of speech the word is. Is it a noun, a verb, or an adjective? Number 5, replace the word with another word and ask, does this make sense in the sentence? We are going to take a look at page 7 of The Legend of Blue Bonnet. The word that we are focused on this page is the word distant. Think about those strategies that I just reminded you of, and let's try to figure out what the word distant means. Here's the page 7, some pictures. I'll show them again after I read. As she talked, she thought of the mother who made the doll, of the father who brought the blue feathers. She thought of the grandfather and the grandmother she had never known. They were all like shadows. It seemed so long ago that they had died from the famine. The people had named her and cared for her. The warrior doll was the only thing she had left from those distant days. Here's a picture to go with it. Now ask yourself, did the words around the word distant help us? What does distant mean? I'll read this part again. It seemed long ago that they had died from the famine. The people had named her and cared for her. The warrior doll was the only thing she had left from those distant days. There's some key words in this section. So using our context clues or the words around the word distant, we read long ago. And the book is talking about things that happened a long time ago. So what do you think distant means? Well, we will come back to that definition, so keep your prediction in your head. The next part we're going to look at is page 17, and we are going to actually be focusing on the word thrust, which isn't on this page, but I'll read a sentence that comes after this page. This picture helps us, though. So take a look at the picture, and now let's listen to the words used on this page. She ran to the place on the hill where the great spirits had spoken to the shaman. Stars filled the sky, but there was no moon. "Oh, great spirits," she who is alone said, "here is my warrior doll. It is the only thing I have from my family who died in this famine. It is my most valued possession. Please accept it." Now listen to the sentence that comes next. And before she could change her mind, she thrust the doll into the fire. What do you think the word thrust means? Here's a picture. So take a look at what she's doing with the doll. She's holding it out towards the fire. And we've read this book already, so that should give you some ideas of what the word thrust means. Again, make a prediction in your head. We're going to move on to our next word, which is cease. C-E-A-S-E. We're going to page 9 next. I have heard the words of the great spirits, he said. The people have become selfish. For years they have taken from the earth without giving anything back. The great spirits say the people must sacrifice. We must make a burnt offering of the most valued possession among us. The ashes of this offering shall then be scattered to the 4 points of the earth, the home of the winds. When this sacrifice is made, drought and famine will cease. Life will be restored to the earth and to the people. Here's a picture. So it sounds like they want the famine to end. We learned about drought, or what the word drought means in Buffalo or back. It means there's no rain. So they don't have food, they don't have rainwater. But if they make these sacrifices, those things will be restored. So when this sacrifice is made, drought and famine will cease. What do you think cease means? Okay, hopefully you've had a chance to think about those words. When we don't know what a word means, we can also look it up in a dictionary. So let's take a look at what the dictionary says these words mean. Our first word was distant, which means far away in space or time. Now in this case, the girl was talking about a long time ago, so a far away time. Did that match your prediction? Our next word was thrust. Thrust means to push something or someone suddenly or violently in the specified direction, or a sudden or violent lunge. So thinking about, I'll go back to the page, this picture of the girl and her doll. If she's going to thrust the doll into the fire, she's pushing the doll into the fire. And our last word was cease. And it means to bring or come to an end. Okay, we are going to add these words to your vocabulary section of your Wit and Wisdom notebook. If you need more time, you can pause the video here. When you are done writing these words, you will actually be done with the deep dive. So write these words and then you're done.